Joe, it's Folks here. If you were starting print on demand, would you rather spend all this money here on a whole bunch of different things, or would you rather start for free? What if we were just like, nope, we're not gonna spend any of this on our print on demand business? What if we just said we're not even gonna spend a single dollar? How can we actually start print on demand for free? If you guys click the like button on this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how. We're gonna talk about where you would actually go to start your print on demand store. We'll talk about how to get free design, and we'll even talk about how to do some of your own marketing without spending a single penny. So stick around. If you wanna start for free, this video is 100% for you. All right, so in most situations, you're likely gonna have to spend some money on your print on demand store. Obviously, in this video, we're talking about starting for free. If you guys wanna follow my journey with print on demand, I've been selling products on my own store since 2016. This is a post that I made inside of the POD Ninjas Facebook group yesterday. You guys should check out the group, but the link is down in the description. I also have a whole bunch of print on demand product reviews that I have uploaded into the group. So if you wanna see up close photos and videos of a ton of different print on demand products, make sure to check it out. Like I said, the link is down in the description. So what's cool about print on demand is that this is actually a business model that we can start with just $0. This is because we don't actually have to pay for any of our products until we make a sale, which means if someone comes on your store and buys something from you, you could eventually just use that money to fulfill their order and have the print on demand company you are working with actually send it to them. If you are completely brand new to print on demand, I would recommend checking out this video here on my channel where I walk you through the entire process about what this is and what you actually need to do to get started. In this video today, I'm going to give you the game plan that you need to actually start your own store without spending a single penny. We'll talk about where you should actually start your store. We'll talk about getting designs and even how you can use some secret super duper tactics to market your products for free. After we go through those three things, I'll talk about some things that could be tough if you were to actually pursue the game plan that I'm going to lay out for you. And then at the end of the video, I will outline a great budget for beginners that are looking to start print on demand and have a little bit of money to invest in their store. Now, most people have dreams of starting a massive print on demand store like this, where they offer a ton of really awesome products for their niche. A store like this is built on a platform like Shopify, which does cost money. So in this video, we're not going to be talking about using Shopify. In terms of starting print on demand for free, there's going to be a couple of different options for you. One of the most popular that people talk about in terms of free platforms for print on demand is Etsy. However, Etsy actually is not free. If you read through their fees and payments, you can see that there is actually a 20-cent listing fee for every time you create a product on your Etsy store. On top of that, you will have transaction fees and other things like that. Now, obviously, those things are going to happen no matter where you are selling, but the fact that Etsy has a 20-cent listing fee makes it ineligible for this video today. Because remember, we are starting with $0, not 20 cents, $0. That means we would have to find a platform where we can start for free. One other option would be WordPress. Now, WordPress is something that you're going to likely need some other plugins on the store in order to actually have a shopping cart and different things like that, where people will actually be able to process transactions with you. And those might take a lot of setup for you. And I'm assuming if you're someone that's looking to start for free, you likely don't know how to do any of that stuff. So for this video, we're going to be focused on starting a store on the Redbubble platform. Redbubble is a print-on-demand service where you can create a free account. You basically create your own design and upload it, and then it actually sells right from Redbubble's website. So when you're actually trying to sell the product, you send your customers to the Redbubble site to buy your product. Now, most people that are starting print-on-demand would likely choose something like a t-shirt to sell on their own store. However, because we're starting for free, we want to choose something that's going to make us some really good profit margin. So I would avoid things like t-shirts. If you want to sell apparel or other types of clothing, check out some of the other stuff on here that Redbubble has. They have a ton of different legging products as well. And in addition to that, they have a lot of really cool items that your customers could hang on the wall, or something like a bath mat or some sort of bedding or wall clocks or shower curtains or even blankets that they could use inside of their house. Products like these these are going to make us a lot more profit, which is going to help us because we're starting for free. So we want to be able to maximize our profits with our first few sales. Next up is design. Obviously, when we're doing a print-on-demand store, the thing that people are buying is the design. So for you, you're likely, if we're doing this for free, going to be making designs yourself, which means you're going to have to use a software like Canva or GIMP or even Photopea. Those are all options that you can use to go and create your own designs. Basically, you would go into Redbubble and try to find a template or find the dimensions that you need to actually make your designs. Once you make them yourself, you would upload them to your Redbubble site. Now, I'm assuming at this point, most of you probably already knew a lot of the information that I was talking about. I think the biggest thing that I could really share with you in this video would be a free marketing strategy that you can actually use. I am someone that really recommends using paid traffic, talking about using Instagram ads or Facebook ads to be able to scale winning designs. This is how myself and students of mine have made a ton of sales over the years, but for us right now in this video, we are basically doing this for free, which means we cannot use ads. So how do we even get traffic from anywhere to our Redbubble site? Because we need to make sales, right? Of course, people sometimes will go on Redbubble, they will browse through and maybe they'll buy something, but for what we're doing, we want to actively promote our products and we want to do it in a way that doesn't cost any money at all. What I would recommend for you to do is something like this. You can see this Instagram account here. Up at the top, they have 159,000 followers. You can see that they've created this Instagram page for their niche. Obviously, it is in the trucker niche. Their customer is someone who drives trucks for a living. You would essentially do the same thing. You would create an Instagram account for your niche. You would then put the link to your stuff in the bio of your account. So when people click it, they would go to your Redbubble listing and be able to purchase your items. Now I know what you're thinking, Joe, Instagram sounds great, but how do I actually get people to follow my account and ever see my link? Well, the answer is simple. You simply scour the internet and look for content to post on your account. You can see that if we go through some of these photos, the engagement that they have on them is absolutely insane. Some of these videos have over 10,000 likes, some of the pictures almost 2,000 likes. And then you can see that they have also started to drop in pictures of their products. If we click one of them, you can see that it says, get your shirt now. Tap the link in our bio. So if someone actually goes to their page and does click the link in their bio, they will go to their storefront and they can start buying any product that they are selling. You would do the same thing. You would begin growing an Instagram account for your niche with a link to your stuff in the bio, and over time, you would be able to get traffic to your stuff. This is a strategy that I used when I was brand new to print on demand. I have a link to this video here down in the pinned comment of this video where I describe how I made my first $5,000 with print on demand, and I did it by using this exact strategy. Essentially creating an Instagram account for my niche, posting awesome content that people in the niche would actually like, and then putting a link to my stuff in the bio of the account. The goal here would be to do this for a long time. We're starting for free, so you're actually gonna have to work at this and post content and really just put in the time for this in order to make your first few sales and hopefully begin kind of getting a stash of money to use to reinvest into your business before you actually move on and begin using ads or other things like that. Now, earlier I talked about how I was going to give you a perfect budget for someone that is going to want to get started with print on demand and maybe has a little bit of money to invest, which I will do in a few minutes. I want to first talk about something that could really derail your entire plan with this whole strategy that I walked you through. What I'm talking about is your designs. When you are creating a print on demand store, one of the most important parts is your design. And if you are someone that is not a graphic designer, you're likely going to struggle with this. If you had a little bit of cash, you would be able to hire someone on Fiverr or Upwork for a pretty small fee in order to actually make you a design that someone might actually want to buy. Now, in the intro of this video, I talked about how there are some free design options out there. This is inside of the Subliminator print on demand app. This is a Shopify app though, so you would actually have to be using Shopify to have access to this, but they have tons of free designs in here that you literally just click publish and it goes right to your store. There are pages and pages and pages of these. It goes on and on and on. You can see on the bottom here that it goes all the way to 9 pages of free designs. You can also check inside of the Printify app, which again is another Shopify print on demand company. They have free designs as well. Essentially what I'm saying is if if you want to start print on demand for free and not invest anything, you're likely going to have a tough time with designs if you are someone that is not a graphic designer. You would be much better off spending a little bit of money on some good designs and then using some of the free marketing methods that I talked about today in this video. All right, so what is the recommended budget to actually start a print on demand store in the year 2022 and beyond? For me, I'm someone that really likes Shopify because you're building your own store. With the free method that we talked about today, that is on Redbubble. That is building their brand. You're selling under their logo and not your own. You don't actually own the store that you're building. With Shopify, you own it. You're building your brand. You own your traffic. You can collect the email addresses. You can communicate with your customers. It is the best all-in-one platform for print on demand, in my opinion. And if you do want to start Shopify, check out the links down in the description. I do have a free step-by-step course to show you how to actually start your store and get started with creating products literally today if you start following it. Shopify is going to cost you $29. So in our budget, we're going to have some money for that. Secondly, I would recommend you to hire a designer if you are not a designer yourself. I would recommend, if you're starting a Shopify store, to have at least 4 designs on the store when you launch. On average, you'll likely pay around $25 per design, so we'll say we have about $100 in designs here on our beginner budget. What I would also do is go and try and find an Instagram influencer, someone in your niche with a large following on Instagram that you could contact and get them to actually promote your products for you. You could just simply pay them, or you could send them a free sample and get them to post a photo with the product with a link back to your shop. Whether you pay them or not, or if you just send them a sample, we're likely talking about $50 here to send them a sample or to pay them, or both. So we're going to add $50 into our beginner budget as well. Next up is paid marketing, which sounds scary, I'm sure, if you're someone that hasn't really ran an Instagram ad or a Facebook ad in the past, but I would recommend you to try and spend about $100 and get your feet wet and try to promote your products. If you know what you're doing and you have good products, you can start to make some sales with just $100 in ad spend, and that would eventually allow you to scale up and invest more into your business. So recap here, we're talking $29 for Shopify, we're talking $100 to get 4 custom designs made, talking maybe $50 for an influencer, and then another $100 for your actual paid ads that you're going to be running to promote your first few designs. If you add that all up, we are under $300 to start your print on demand business, which is enough to start. One thing I think is really important to understand here is that you're just starting your business with this amount. This amount is not necessarily going to be the only amount that you ever invest in your store. Of course, if you build an awesome looking store and your designs are awesome and people want to buy them and you invest this money into it, you're going to make sales and you're not going to have to reinvest more into it in the future. Now, on the flip side, maybe you don't create a good store. Maybe you don't make good designs. And maybe your influencer's no good, or maybe the ads that you've ran are no good either. That means you essentially spent all that money and didn't make any sales. So the key here is make good products, make a good store, find a good influencer, and know what you're doing a little bit before you start with Facebook ads. Because overall, if you don't have good products or a good store, then nothing is going to work. And that applies too if you're doing this for free. You still need a good store and you still need good designs. So let me know what you think down in the comments about what your overall sense is in terms of how successful can you actually be with print on demand if you are starting for free. In my opinion, it's going to be tough. If you are someone who is a designer and knows how to use various graphic design software, then you're going to have a big advantage because you can make your own designs and you can basically just create unlimited things that have the potential to sell. But if you're someone that's jumping into print on demand and you have no money and you don't know how to make designs, you're likely gonna have a long road ahead of you because you're not gonna be able to create anything yourself that is actually going to sell. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.